Welcome back to The Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. Got Greg Rudy on. He is an entrepreneur and IT expert extraordinaire and a friend to The Price of Business. In fact, he did some work for us that we just loved. You did a great job in a very timely manner, and I love the idea that there's individuals like you that are accessible and affordable and have a great knack at customer service. Greg, tell us real quickly the name of your company and a little bit of the history of it.
The name of our company, Kevin, is Emphasis Technology, and we've been in business since about 2009. We started the business basically because we recognized that there were small businesses all over the Houston area and really, in fact, beyond, that were just truly not being serviced by the larger IT firms. We recognize that there's about almost 90% statistically of all of the businesses in the United States are small businesses, and many of those businesses are 5 employees or less. And so we really have found just a strong niche market that allows us to be just experts in our field and just provide, as you mentioned, some great customer service to these people and provide them the opportunity to have access to high-level skills without necessarily having to dig that deep into their pocketbook to be able to do it. So we really enjoy what we do.
Yeah, interesting. And so, so you saw that there was a need for it out there. Kind of define what is the average size, or what is the size range of the companies you work with?
Most of the companies that we work with are between 10 and 20 employees. Now, we do service a couple of firms that are upwards of 50 employees or more, but they're kind of the rarity for us. Most of our business and the marketing that we do is generally for companies with employees of 25 or less. Okay.
And are there particular industries that gravitate towards a firm like yours?
No, actually, the beauty of this is that anybody that uses a computer really does have a need for us. We find that people, when they're in business, they get in business because they found something that they were really good at. And most of those people did not get in business because they wanted to spend all of their time trying to, go over the latest technology and trying to be, the most up-to-date and have the latest, greatest tools and gadgets. They just wanted to do what they were good at. And so what we do is we come into their companies and we show them, hey, these are ways that you can make the best use of the tools that you already have. And these are some tools that you may want to look at that are going to provide you with better efficiencies and create more productivity for you at the end of the day. And in a lot of cases, we find that there are resources out there that are very, very cost limited, meaning that there's very little capital expenditure on the part of the customer. And they can gain incredible efficiencies, upwards of 20 and 25% efficiencies, just by making some simple changes to the way that they're using their current technology.
Let me ask you, why aren't there more companies that are geared towards the smaller firms? Because my observation is what you're saying is true. I think there is a dearth when it comes to companies like yours helping smaller companies.
Well, honestly, if I can say this without, ruffling too many feathers, honestly, it's a little bit of greed. We find that most of the businesses and most of the people that do what we do, our competitors, direct competitors, are going for those big companies, those $100,000, $200,000 and up contracts, which are great, but I don't even know that I would know how to write one of those contracts. It's just so outside of what we've chosen to do and where we've chosen to focus. We just find that we can provide better service and are better positioned to provide good consulting to small firms because we are a small firm and we understand what they do. So we can provide technology that's applicable to them. Look, most guys, if you're running a business out of your home, you probably don't have a $100,000 technology budget to be able to work with. If you do, you're running a really, really, really successful business of some kind. But that's not typically the guys that we go after. Most of the people that we have are running a shop that they've started, and it's just gotten a little bigger than they ever imagined that it was going to become. And they've started to hire a couple of people, and they've brought them in, and now they're doing, okay, do I need to sell or do I need to continue running my business for a basis? And there's just not time for how do I make my computers run. And so what we do is we come in and we provide them with solutions, and we provide them with ways that takes that responsibility off of their shoulders and says, hey, listen, we're going to provide you with the same type of service that a Fortune 500 company is getting, but we're going to do it at a cost that you can actually live with and you can afford. Because the reality is they don't need a person that's an IT professional on site 40 hours a week. They need us there maybe 2 hours a week or 4 hours a week. Yeah. So we've become a very affordable solution for them.
Got to start wrapping it up. Greg Rudy has been our guest, and his company, you can learn more about it, nfasys.com. Pronounce that one more time.
It's Emphasis.
Emphasis. I like that. I like the way you play of words here. nfasys.com. I love how you guys operate. You guys actually came out to me, checked out my device. I'm sure a lot of it has to do with location and those other factors and that type of thing. But I love the personal touch that I frankly haven't seen very often in this industry. And it may have to do with the nature of the beast. Let's face it. Technology on the surface is kind of cold and impersonal. And so when you see a firm like yours, Emphasis, focusing on the customer in a tactical sort of way, I think it's awesome. By the way, you also have locations I see in Dallas and San Antonio as well.
That's correct. We've gotten to the place now to where we're servicing customers remotely and on site all over the state of Texas now, but certainly we're working out of the San Antonio and the Dallas areas, as well as our general headquarters here in the Houston area.
Awesome stuff. Greg Rudy. Learn more about him. Check out the website nfasys.com. Emphasis. nfasys.com. Thanks for being with us.
All right. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate your time.
You bet. When we come back, more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here, it shows up over there at usdailyreview.com, and you're listening to The Price of Business.